Hi everyone, my name is Sandy and welcome to the Sandiverse. All right, let's do this. So we're here today with our friend and I would say family, Lite Pole. Lite Pole is a featured artist on the upcoming project Hourglass. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good, thank you for joining us here today. I'm really excited to have you. Cool, we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna ask you a few questions and I just want everyone out there to learn a little bit more about you.
All right.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit more about what you do. As far as I know you as a producer, I know you as a writer and a lyricist, and I just want to know more about you.
Well, for about like the last 5 or 6 years, I've been able to teach poetry after school programs for OPS, or through OPS, I should say, through the Nebraska's Writers Collective. So that's like a really big and like fulfilling like opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like being able to like be conscious of being able to cultivate the next generation and like leave impacts on their life, not impressions, but impacts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, working with the kids.
Yeah, what age group is that? Is it like high school, middle school, elementary, or is it everybody?
I've done, for the most part, it's middle school and high school. And a few years ago, we were able to do a summer school program for elementary.
Cool.
They weren't really big into writing, but
yeah,
it was fun nonetheless, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it's great for them to see somebody like you with your skill.
Yeah.
It will inspire them to, the ones that, you know, are really meant to do it are going to be inspired to continue to do that. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
That's really fantastic. That's really cool. So what or who inspired you to become an artist?
Well, I think like just looking at everything now, art is like, I feel like there's a gene for it. So my mother used to write poetry. My aunt, rest her soul, she was a hell of a painter and drawer, or however you say that, right? Mm-hmm. And a poet as well, you know what I mean? So those are like the first like personal people I was able to see with those type of skills. But you know, like growing up in a household where like probably like mainstream rap was outlawed, I had no choice but to like go around the cracks. So yeah, I would say my family first though. Like I got some real powerful artists in my family.
Yeah. Mm. So tell me a bit about what it was like working on Pass You By. So either the writing process, the recording process. I just want to know more about your experience.
Well, yeah, it was an honor for sure that you like even reached out, and it's like my first like feature for real, like on this level where I'm trying to make like my career mean something and like really stamp my catalog. Mm-hmm. So like big ups for you on that. Well, having to meet you first, like listening to some of your music like beforehand to like, I guess, prejudge you, you know what I'm saying? Like, or get a feel for you, I should say, right? And then you working with someone who's dear to me, Kiwi from Bound. And then when we were able to meet up that night and like just chop it up and, you know what I mean, just get a feel for each other's spirits. And so from there, like, if I like you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it makes the bond to the song even stronger, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So,
like we have a genuine connection and genuine communication, and that goes into the song. Yeah,
and then, so for even the topic being Pass You By and how I'm 31 now and I feel like I should have made it 6-7 years ago, but still have the ability to, but sometimes I let like doubt enter in where it's like, oh, you're getting too old, so to speak, right? But it's real personal because like I struggle with that, and I've struggled with that and will continue to until I get like the certain amount of achievement that I need. When I'm doing music full time, then I'm not gonna have to struggle about it, right? Mm-hmm. But until then, I feel like sometimes like, did I wait too long? Did I procrastinate too much? And that's basically what your song was about. So it's like very personal to me.
Yeah, I have the same feelings too. I think that's one of the reasons I originally wrote that song. Is because it was like I was just, afraid. Like, have I let time pass me by? But it's like, no, like, you haven't. Like, you can start now, living out your dream. There's no time. You didn't have to start when you were 5. You can start now and continue to do it the rest of your life if you really want to, if you're really passionate about it.
Right. I think I had recently seen a quote, and I'm going to butcher it, and maybe it's not even what I thought I read, but it said something about like you only waste time if you're like a slave to it. And so I feel like what I'm taking from that is like, no, like when you enjoy every moment, no matter the pitfalls, no matter the uphill battles, it's gonna be beautiful, so you're never wasting time. But in the career sense, we gotta keep it. we gotta get somewhere. Right, for sure.
So besides that, with feeling, those feelings of like getting older and just having to be afraid that you haven't pursued your dream, what other challenges do you face as an artist, and how do you overcome those challenges?
Procrastination is a mother. Sometimes I blame it on being tired. Sometimes I blame it on being uninspired. But like sometimes I just feel like lazy as shit and I don't want to do nothing.
I get that.
Because even with creating, it takes like a lot of mental energy, and sometimes I don't have that, or I tell myself I don't have that to offer. So I've actually been trying to get more into a zone of like the same way if I'm clocking into a job, in theory I'm supposed to be there. If it's 8 a.m. I should be there by 7:55, ready to knock out my 5, 8 hour, 10, whatever. So now I'm trying to like apply that same logic to music. So it's like, okay, it's such and such on Saturday. You got a 4-hour block. You really have nothing better to do. Punch in. And then at the end of your 4 hours, okay. So try to make it more like a job. So yeah, staying steady to the dream and not letting it pass me by is the current challenge. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I have those same feelings too. I'd like to get my self-discipline a little bit more under control.
Right.
But self-discipline, that doesn't come with the snap of your finger.
Right.
You have to adopt better habits over time.
Right.
So I think it's about not getting down on ourselves when we don't quite reach that level that we want.
Right.
Knowing we will reach it, we just have to keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, for sure.
So what advice would you give to younger artists, the younger generation coming up? I know you said you work with younger kids. What advice would you give them?
So like one of the things for me is like there's like you can make a antithesis almost out of anything, right? But as far as like when people say be what you want to, I started telling people be who you are. And like everything can sound deep if you explain it right, but like at the end of the day, I get the concept of what like we've been told, right? But I feel like a lot of people being what you want to be isn't going to be true to your natural self. So there are some people who are in music and like you're not a musician at heart though. There's a guy who's working at McDonald's who's really a badass painter, but I also understand like the struggles of life, and sometimes like a person has kids and this, they might have had to put their dream aside to help someone raise their dream, being just like, I guess being true to yourself, and that's like something when I was younger I used to struggle with. Like I was almost so hyper conscious of who I was, it made me shameful, and so I wanted to hide and blend in with like the normalcy. And so as I got older, I finally started to realize like, no, like blossom, bloom, shine. So like that's the main message, is like be true to yourself.
Absolutely. With that, I just want to thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here and for expressing yourself and for being an amazing lyricist and artist and human being.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough for being a part of this project, and I'm super excited
Yeah, me
for
too.
other things that we have cooking that we will be working on. So all of you out there, we're working on things. Where can we find you? How do we find your music? How do we contact you, artists that are looking for producers?
Pretty much for like all the social media tags, if you put the / after the website, LP Unplugged, UNPLUGGED, you'll be able to find it. I spelled it right this time. Or just Lite Pole, LITE space POLE. I have music on all platforms. And right now I'm like producing a lot. So if you hear something out there that you like or you need, holla at me. But yeah, Lite Pole, LP Unplugged, that's where you can find me.
Everybody out there, please listen to Hourglass, specifically the song Pass You By. You'll get to hear Lite Pole and many other musicians and artists on that track and on the EP. So thanks again, and have a wonderful morning, day, or evening, depending on who and where you are. Hi, and welcome to the Sandiverse. My name is Sandy, and I'm the creator of Sand. I just wanted to let you know that my new project, Hourglass, is out on all streaming platforms. Please join me on my website for new content and music.